Hello folks, I want to make this video so I can share with you some of the 12 gauge shotgun shells that I have collected over the years. I'm going to start out with this early one. This is a paper shell for those of you that aren't familiar. It's a low base. It was made by Western Cartridge Company, and it says expert on the bottom. It says number 12, and on the top they used little cardboard pieces to seal the top of the round off. And we'll rotate this around so it can be a little bit more readable, but what it says is it's 3 1/4, which stands for 3 1/4 dram, which was a charge size definition for the 12 gauge load, and it says 1 1/8, which is the weight in ounces of the actual lead, not the powder charge, but the lead payload in the shell. And then there's, you can see, I don't know if you can see on the right hand side, there's a number 8 there, and that's the size of the lead pellets that are in the shell. And on the bottom you can see it says smokeless, which I guess during the time that these were made there was still black powder being used because black powder smoked, and this was probably a selling feature to sell the shell as a smokeless powder. So anyways, I thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know how old this shell is. I'm guessing it's back to the late 1940s or early 1950s. Anyways, moving right along, I want to share with you, this is these are shells that I used to hunt with in the 1980s, well, 70s and 80s, late 70s, early 80s. And I had reloaded these in around 1982. And nothing really that special about these, but just want to show you the durability of these shells, how long that they've held up. And well, these were originally, I think they were number 5 duck loads, but I reloaded them to shoot sporting clays because that's my passion. And at the time, I did reload my own shotgun shells. It was something I have to say I enjoyed a lot. I don't really have the time or the economics to do it nowadays, but if I did get back into it, I think I'd enjoy it just as much as I did then. But anyways, I just want to show you, since these shells were reloaded back in 1982, as you can tell, even though they were old used crimps, you know, one time, because they were fired, well, at least one time, you can see that the crimps are held up quite well, and that the reloading function in itself is very nice, because you can take these shells and use them over. And I use just high base shells because I had access to them, and I was very successful at it and enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'll just share that with you. And then here's a shell that I bought in the early 1980s, and this was to go deer hunting. See in this shell here that there's a slug, that conical looking thing there. And this was made by Brennecke, and they are pretty much great shotgun shell engineers. I enjoyed their marketing here. As you can tell how well labeled this shell is on the outside. And it's such a good job. You know, I think it just kind of testifies, it says a lot about German engineering again. They just do a wonderful job. So I enjoyed that and having that shell. Anyways, moving on to some of the more recent shells. This was one that I bought because I was just interested in the shell itself. Now, this shell was sold as a defense type shell, and as you can see here, it has It looks pretty much like number 8 or 9 birdshot, maybe 7.5. I don't know. I think it's 8 or 9 birdshot here. And then you've got 3 balls on this high base shell here. 1 large ball, 3 small ones. I will never fire this in a gun. I wouldn't trust it. Plus, some of the guns I have, I would be afraid of damaging the barrel. But I just bought it as kind of like a curiosity thing. So anyways, with that, we'll move on to the next. In this, another curiosity type and shell, and I even marked it incendiary so I wouldn't accidentally take it and shoot it in one of my guns. Now, maybe my old turkey gun, single barrel gun, someday I may fire this. But from what I have seen and what I've heard, what the crimp doesn't look like it's very well made, is it looks kind of crooked. But what I have heard is this thing will shoot flames out for many feet out of the end of the barrel. So I don't know. This is something you may want to fire with a lot of caution. But anyways, that was just a curiosity item for me. And then I want to move on to this is just share with you. This is your typical Sporting Clays round. It's loaded at number 8, and you know Sporting Clays run in about 3 different sizes, from about 7 to 9, 7.5 usually, 8, and 9 is what I run into. But this one's loaded with number 8, as you can see, in this nice plastic clear shell, and they list the feet per second and the metric size, and then it uses like a 1 ounce charge. So I kind of like that. I just like the construction of that round, I guess. But anyways, moving right along, and then every once in a while I'll buy something just because it's inexpensive, and these were inexpensive. These were Olin 5 cartridges, double-aught buckshot, and I bought these at a Bass Pro Shop, and I think I paid only like $5 and some cents for these, and it looked pretty, utilitarian in construction, but probably function really well. It looks like they're heat sealed real nicely, and they just have a rust-proof base on them, nothing fancy, but I thought that was a good, inexpensive buy, so I always like those, and I'd like to share that anyways. And then going forward here, I want to get into more of the, these are something that we're interested in if I was going to shoot some slugs. I don't really do a lot of deer hunting, but this would be a good deer hunting round for a lot of folks in states where it's legal. And this is the Remington Slugger. It is a high velocity because, as you can see here, we'll look on the box. It's a 3-inch shell, and I get our camera to focus here, and it's 875 feet per second. Now, if you look at our Sporting Clays round, it's a weak 1,200 feet per second compared to 1,875 feet per second. So you can see the difference there. This one has to have the power to push this slug down range. So I just thought I'd share that. These are, these are pretty common. You can get them almost anywhere, but I think I bought these at Bass Pro Shop. But and they'll kick you too when you shoot this gun with these in it, because it's got a good charge in there. And then here's another a buckshot. This is 2 3/4 inch, 9 pellets, double-aught, 12 gauge, and this is a Federal, and this is pretty typical of Federal. These are good rounds. Fired Federal for years, made in USA. Plastic cartridge. You really can't see, because you have an opaque shell here inside. But if you cut this open, you get 9 equal-sized pellets. So I'm going to share that with you. And then just moving along here, this is, before I showed you, this was a a Brenneke slug that I had bought back in 1980. This is actually a paper shell, paper case here. Here is the new one, and it looks like they call them Royal Brenneke, high power, and Rio either bought Brenneke or Brenneke bought Rio, whatever. But this is their slug now. And as you can see, that conical bullet, and you got your high base. Now a plastic shell where you can actually see the charge a little bit in this case. And you know, you can always see the bullet if you look the conical slug if you look through the top of the shell. And what do they say on here? Turn this around. And yeah, slug hunting, which is probably for deer hunting or large game. Brenneke. So I just thought I'd share that with you, and you can see this one is a 2 3/4 inch, and it has a 1410 feet per second. Again, another powerful round because it has to push that slug down the barrel. And finally, we have our Winchester rifled slug, and these are pretty inexpensive. You can get them, in this case here, I've got I bought a box of them, and if you look, you'll see it's a plastic case, 2 3/4 inch, 1 ounce load, and you know, my statements or comments or reflections or experiences of using Winchester, it's always been excellent. I don't think I've ever had a round misfire that was a Winchester round, at least not due to the round itself. But I wanted to share this. This is their rifled slug, a Bass Pro Shop buy. 1,600 feet per second. This is a real kicker. This is for a smooth bore, by the way. They do have rifled shotgun bores, but this is for the smooth bore. All these rounds I've been showing you have been made to fire through a smooth bore shotgun. But anyways, I want to share that with you. And just one final thing, and I want to thank you for watching my video, but one final thing I want to share with you is, you know, they classify all these rounds as 2 3/4. You know what? It's like buying a 2x4. You really don't get 2x4 when you get 4 length, but you won't get 2 width. But here in the shotgun shells, these are all labeled 2 3/4. Look at where we're at here. We're at 2 1/4, maybe another 1/2 16th or 32nd over that. But I wanted to share that with you because I always thought that was funny, because they'll say 2 3/4 on the box, and the shell is not 2 3/4 long. So that's just something I always thought was kind of funny, and I wanted to just share with you. So anyways, I want to thank you for watching, and I don't put comments on the channel here, but I sure hope you enjoyed my video, and please come back and watch some more, and please subscribe if you would, and I'll subscribe back to you. Thank you so much for watching.